In the previous video that we had done, we had analyzed Pakistan in ICC event finals. In this video, I am going to highlight England's performances in ICC events. Now, when you talk about underachieving in finals, do you think South Africa takes the cake? No. If you have to look at who has actually botched up finals, it is actually England. Their story when it comes to ICC events and finals is a true horror story. I mean, this video will explain to you why England's past of horrible ICC event finals could actually play on their mind heading into the clash against Pakistan. Firstly, the long list of losses: 1979 World Cup, 1987 World Cup, 1992 World Cup. Finally, after playing cricket for 35 years in ICC events, England finally won a major tournament, which was the 2010 T20 World Cup. But then you lost in the 2013 Champions Trophy, you lost in the 2016 World T20 and in the 2019 World Cup by the barest of margins. England won by the super over thanks to a superior boundary count. Even then, the victory many felt wasn't clean enough, but it was a rule. England did win it. You have to get on with it. So, just 2 wins and 5 losses in the finals does not make for very good reading for an England team. And remember, in the past couple of seasons as well, England, when it comes to major tournaments, not just in cricket, even in football, they have suffered heartbreak. Euro 2021 finals, anybody? Losing out on penalties to Italy. Josh Butler in his pre-match press conference said he wants to change that. But before he can change, he has to look back at the history of how England have been woeful in major ICC events. 1979 World Cup final. West Indies at the peak of their powers totally destroyed England. Viv Richards hit 138, Collis King 86, Joel Garner's 5 for 38, and England were absolutely blown away. They lost by 92 runs. Shockingly, this remains West Indies' only win in T20, in World Cups if you look at it, against England. 1979 was the only time that they won. After that, they have lost. Talk about that one moment which could have shaped history. We all are saying this World Cup kind of represents 1992, right? Well, for India and for England, this is kind of like 1987. India had topped their group and they had come to the leagues in the semi-final as favourites. But England at the Wankhede Stadium defeated them and they set up a clash against arch rivals Australia. At Kolkata, England were well on course for a famous win. But Mike Gatting's reverse sweep set about a chain of events that saw England stumble. England in the end fell 7 runs short and Australia won the World Cup for the first time ever. Incidentally, Australia winning a World Cup for the first time in Asia, and it benefited Pakistan against the same opponents. 1992, Imran Khan at the fag end of his career. Wasim Akram on the bona fide road to greatness. It was all established at the same venue in 1992. England versus Pakistan, the vibes of 92 are very, very real in 2022. And so, Imran Khan, Inzamam and Wasim had started with the bat. England were blown away by Akram. First with a magic ball to Ian Botham and then those 2 wickets of Alan Lamb and Chris Lewis. England never recovered and they fell short by 22 runs. Pakistan won the World Cup. So in 3 World Cups, 1979, 1987 and 1992, England had to taste defeat. 1983, they were knocked out in the semi-final thanks to a belligerent Indian side. It felt England were forever going to be the bridesmaid when it came to ICC events. But all that changed. Luckily, in 2010, when England won the T20 World Cup in the Caribbean, no one had expected them to, because we all felt that the likes of India, Pakistan, the West Indies and Australia were the favourites. But England upset the entire apple cart and they defeated Australia to ensure that they won their first ever T20 World Cup. Consider this fact. Craig Kieswetter started with 63 and Ryan Sidebottom took 2 wickets. England had actually cruised into the final, whereas Australia took a slightly longer road, having overcome Pakistan needing 34 of 2 overs. It took a Mike Hussey special to knock Pakistan out. And England turned their A game on the big day. 2013, the Champions Trophy. Who can forget that particular incident? If you have to look at it, England were totally undone by the rain in Edgbaston. Had the game gone on according to normal conditions, the trophy would have been shared yet again, because the toss had already happened and the playing 11s had happened. But the ICC decided to wait for one more hour, and the rain relented. Finally, the teams got going, and England fell short by 5 runs. Virat Kohli and Ishant Sharma, those 2 wickets by Ishant Sharma in the penultimate over, changed the entire complexion of the game. Ravichandran Ashwin ensured that England fell short, and India and MS Dhoni created history in the process. How do you win when you need 19 runs of 6 balls? Simple. Hit 4 sixes in 4 balls. That is what Carlos Brathwaite did in the 2016 World T20 final in Kolkata against England. They had all but sealed the game, but Marlon Samuels' 85 and Carlos Brathwaite's assault on Ben Stokes. Remember that name. We all still remember Carlos Brathwaite. 4 sixes, and West Indies became the 2-time T20 World Cup champions, and they became the first team to do it. In fact, 2016 was spectacular because West Indies achieved a hat-trick. The Under-19 World Cup, the women's team winning the T20 World Cup, and the men doing it. A hat-trick which fortunately or unfortunately might never ever be repeated. England once again fell short at the final hurdle. You all felt, when will England win yet another title? Was the 2010 T20 World Cup win a fluke? Apparently it wasn't. 3 years later, at the peak of the white ball reset, England played some outstanding cricket heading into the final against New Zealand. At Lord's, the game was very even, up and down with every single ball. However, Ben Stokes, born in New Zealand to an All Blacks rugby legend, hurt his country at a very, very crucial time, country of birth I may say. Stokes smashed a brilliant knock and, aided by some erroneous umpiring, ensured that England took the game to a super over. Even there, New Zealand and England could not be separated, but England won the match on a technicality because they had hit more boundaries than New Zealand. It was the ultimate heartbreak for the Kiwis, but the way how Kane Williamson marshalled his troops and the dignity and the pride with which he spoke was really, really a lesson for a lot of people. For England, 44 years of pain ended in dramatic style, and they finally won the ODI World Cup at Lord's. Miracles and sometimes destiny can be so fickle. So, 3 years later, England are in yet another ICC World T20 final. Will they avoid the ghosts of 2016? Can they avoid a repeat of 1992? Because England are on the cusp of doing something special. They can be reigning ODI champions as well as current T20 World Cup champions. Something that many teams have never been able to do. So, England hold the aces after a mauling that they gave India. But against Pakistan, a team that can turn their A game on any given day, it will be a tough fight indeed. 18-8 in favor of England, if you may say. But head-to-head records sometimes don't matter. Thank you so much, folks, for listening to this live. We'll be back with more updates from sports today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you.